Here in Columbus, it is a very good design economy. It is not dependent on one industry, whereas I'll say a city like Dayton has always been dependent on the auto industry. When the auto industry does bad, unfortunately the design community suffers. Here you have restaurants, you have retail, you have government. There are, I think last time I looked, I can't remember the number, there are a number of Fortune 500 companies in Columbus. There are a number of Fortune, even more Fortune 1000 companies. So it's a good opportunity for design groups to progress. I think pretty much anybody would tell you economically the healthiest city in the state of Ohio is Columbus. And I think it goes hand in hand. I think where there's prosperity from a business side, there's going to be opportunities in the design industry. And we have been very fortunate. Again, the diversity of industries is really good in Columbus. There's a huge community of designers in Columbus. There are a few universities that, obviously the Ohio State University, they have a wonderful design program. The Columbus College of Art and Design is a nationally recognized program also. You have a few others. Capital University has a decent program. Otterbein University. So you have this is a very good place. The state of Ohio actually has great programs. University of Cincinnati also has good. But there is a lot of design talent, to answer your question. And I think obviously people come to college up here, they like the city. It is a great city to live in. So they have the opportunity to stay here in a lot of cases. It's not a situation where, boy, I love going to school, but now I've got to go somewhere to find a job. This is a pretty good economy. Again, right now it's not so great. It's like everywhere else. But I grew up in southwestern Ohio in Dayton, came up here to go to art school, had a choice to go back. There was so much opportunity here, it really wasn't a hard choice to stay here. SCG is a 45-year-old graphic design firm located in Columbus, Ohio, and a lot of what we do is work as a strategic partner for our clientele, being anyone from startup companies to Fortune 100 companies. The firm was founded by two gentlemen, Fred Coe and Guy Salvato, and they are kind of looked at as the pioneers of graphic design in Columbus, Ohio, and somewhat in the Ohio market. Very fortunate, they built up a great base. They were both very good businessmen, somewhat visionary in that they thought there could be something other than ad agencies, that there was a need for that gap between creative firms that helped, like illustration houses, and full-bore ad agencies. So these guys came in, said graphic design is a discipline. It can be an effective communication vehicle for people, and we've been going ever since. The firm has always been very strong in print work, in particular corporate reporting, and also brand and brand identity. What we've tried to do in today's market is utilize those areas, also bring in interactive, but look at corporate reporting now, where the firm in the past was very heavily based in annual reports. How can we step in and help somebody with a corporate responsibility report, a sustainability report, both in an online and print vehicle, and how can we further advise them as how to make that part of the brand? A lot of what the firm tries to do is, again, we want to be more than the people who decorate pages for people. We want to advise them from a strategic perspective. So I'd like to think we work a little differently than some of our competitors in that we take the time to actually understand how items like the triple bottom line affect a company's brand, how it affects their employees, how it affects their shareholders, how we can advise them and do more for their brand than just here's a corporate report or here's an online presence to get you out of, I hate to say to get you out of trouble, but with NGOs watching some of our clients and people like that, we don't want it to be this is what you need to do to get out of trouble. We want it to be this is what you can do to make your brand more vital, more effective, and it can be a profit center for you. So we try to position ourselves as people who can not only do the communications work, but we can also be an advisor to our clients. We've done things such as, clearly we've done corporate responsibility reports, CSR reports, a lot of different terminology for it. We have done environmental reports for various clients. What excites me a lot is we're starting to do global citizenship platforms, and it's the global brand. It is about how sustainability and a company's views on that affect their total brand, and how instead of it just being a brand preservation tool, it's a brand enhancement tool. And those are exciting campaigns for us to work on, because it's great to hear how a company doing well and doing the right thing helps them attract employees, helps them in local communities where they may open a new operation. That's exciting for us. And again, it gets us into the realm of being advisors and partners with our clients, and not just people who decorate the pages. Part of our job as brand consultants is to step in and find communications platforms to effectively get those messages out. So I can use, one of our clients, for instance, has really phenomenal environmental policies, and the only people in the company that know that are the EHS people inside the company. One of the recommendations we would make for that client is, why would we not put out a YouTube channel that talks about their environmental policies, because there are people who want to know what they're doing. They are in the retail industry, in particular the clothing industry. Why would we not step up and say, these are the efforts we're trying to make. We're trying to be a good global steward. We're trying to be also a very good local player, and these are some of our efforts. That enhances the brand. One of the things we're working with a lot of our people also from an investor relations standpoint. I constantly get, what will this do for my share price? What we try to show people is that, well, I think the last statistic was 1 out of every $8 is being spent on socially responsible investments. If you communicate your message that you are doing good things right now, there are people who are looking. They want to invest in things they believe in, which is the core tenet of a brand. People want to latch onto something they can feel positive about and that they can believe in. And we see this as a significant way to step up and show brand attributes.